Welcome to the Freedom Chronicles.
Definitely an antisocial type.
Only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger.
Hi, perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
We got a loudspeaker here, and when we go into battle, we play music very loud.
With a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Freedom Chronicles. I'm your host, Mike Imbasciani. Thank you for joining us, and we are, of course, broadcasting from the Brian Chapman State Farm bunker right here in Southwest Florida. And like a good neighbor, Brian Chapman State Farm is there for all of the insurance needs that you have for your very own bunker. Give his office a call at 941-625-9998 or visit the office at 2040 Tamiami Trail in Port Charlotte. We are back, baby, in Studio A. That means our producer Ben is back, and somebody who just came from Brian Chapman State Farm bunker is Mark Asciutto here. Welcome back to the show, sir. How are you, sir?
I did. I checked it out. The office is cool. The staff is great.
Right.
And I've got insurance. It's a big deal.
It is a big deal, especially here in Florida.
Yes.
And you may notice Mr. Lovejoy is not sitting with us. He is instead in his little studio there over at his office. Ken Lovejoy joining us remotely. Ken, are you there? Over.
Office.
One more time, audio wise.
There's Kramer. There's Kramer right behind me. Say hi to Kramer.
Yes, very good.
Very nice.
He does well.
He does well. And the original Liberty Concert Series poster behind your noggin right there.
The very first
very
one.
Nice. Mm-hmm. We just did the new 2024 Liberty Concert Series, Night of Music and Comedy. Dean Napolitano headlined. I opened for him. It was a lot of fun over at the Women's Club there in Punta Gorda. The next one's coming up the end of February, Night of Blues with my band, Mike Imbasciani as Blues Rockers, and Biscuit Miller, Blues Man. Great. He puts on a great show. He's a lot of fun. Over on Leap Day there, Thursday, February 29th, over at the Women's Club. Anybody in the Southwest Florida area that would like to get tickets can do so by going to DejaVuVentures.com. So well, it's not breaking news anymore because he did it on a Sunday. Very sad. What do they always say? You fire somebody on a Friday so that they don't go postal, and they have the weekend to calm down. and just like that in the news, they'll break something on a Friday so that nobody talks about it.
Who said that? That's a news dump.
Yeah,
but usually
you also have the news.
The guy you fire on Friday is the one who comes back Monday after going on a bender all weekend.
Right. But yes, you have the Friday news dump so that nobody talks about it during the weekend, or the weekend hosts are the one talking about it so that by the time Monday rolls around, it's already old news. Well, here at the Freedom Chronicles, we're a once a week show on a Wednesday, so it is always breaking news.
Old news.
So it's always old news as well. But now that our producer Ben is back, he came back bearing a gift, and that is our goodbye message that we have to the Ron DeSantis campaign. Let's roll our goodbye Ron message.
I'm today suspending my campaign.
So thank you to Ben
We're
for
still
putting that
stuck
together
with
in
little
such
bits
short
for 2
notice.
years.
He was running.
I know. Who knew?
I didn't even notice.
Right. What was that, Ken?
We're still stuck with a little bitch for 2 years down here.
I know.
That's true.
But hopefully now he can actually get some work done. And it was sad. You know, Ron couldn't even make it to New Hampshire.
It's pretty bad. But I don't think he did it for Trump. I think he did it for Nikki.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
nice of him to basically throw all the disgruntled people who wanted anybody but Trump had only one person to choose this time.
No,
and
he
and
did it for the
Democrats.
money. Ron
The
did
money?
it for the money. Yeah.
What are they giving him?
Whatever.
He's a fool. He never should have run.
He suspended his campaign. He didn't end his campaign.
Right.
With the at the end of this deal, he's going to get a lot of the money that was left in his campaign coffers, unless he just up and donates that to somebody else, which he won't. So he did it for the money.
That makes sense.
Well, and it wasn't even a real endorsement of
It was
Trump.
a weak endorsement.
Yeah. Ben, picture
Well,
number 19,
it was a weak
please.
endorsement because he knows he's not going to get anything out of it. Trump's not going to pick him for a cabinet position. Trump's not going to pick him for VP.
Yeah, there was this tweet. Aaron Blake tweeted this. It said, DeSantis on whether he will consider a 2028 campaign. Quote, we'll see if we have a country left by 2028. I don't know what it's going to look like. And David Marcus tweeted out, said, shouldn't his answer be, we're going to get Trump elected for 4 years, turn things around, and if I can help sustain that going forward, I'm always honored to serve my country. So he also doesn't think Trump's going to win because, again, he doesn't realize that they say, oh, well, they'll stop at nothing to take out Trump. Well, that's true. And if they do take out Trump, what DeSantis doesn't realize is they would do the same exact thing to DeSantis to get him out as well.
It doesn't matter who it is.
No, it doesn't matter who it is.
It doesn't matter. But
now you have the best team up that you can have. Picture number 6, please. Number 6, the best team. You have Trump and Vivek. and I mean, Vivek did it right. No. Iowa happened, and he dropped out immediately, endorsed Trump the right way, and now he's hanging out with Trump.
He campaigned with him.
Yeah, he's campaigning with him.
I don't think
getting the younger people in. I think
could do that.
No.
So, no, it's crazy.
Ken, your thoughts?
Look.
He's
you need
gone.
a nap?
It's good enough for me. Look, the guy, you know me from the beginning. I've been saying that this is just a bullshit run for DeSantis. It was stupid. It was a stupid, poorly thought out decision. I think that the Karl Roves and the Jeb Bush, the teams behind DeSantis, pushed him into it. You got to capitalize on your momentum now. You got to do it now. Got to do it now. And mind you, he started running for president. He didn't wait. This thing started midway through his first term. The book deal scheduled to come out. All this crap started halfway through his first term. So he lied to us about, I don't know. We're thinking about running. He already made that decision. The dude's toast. He burned himself. He burned a bridge. It's never going to happen for DeSantis now. He's not going to come back in 28. Nobody's going to be looking at him. And Nimrod is doing the same thing. She is taking a big, huge shit all over her brand. She is not a credible candidate at all. She's not a credible candidate. She isn't.
No, she's not. And so getting into what happened last night, we have picture number 27. Trump wins New Hampshire. And everybody thought going into New Hampshire, oh, well, Nikki Haley could win New Hampshire. But no, Trump now back-to-back
even with the Democrat help, she couldn't win.
Yes. And that Democrat help, a CNN exit poll confirms that 70% of New Hampshire Haley voters were not Republicans. And you have this one, the CNN exit poll as well. Do you think Biden legitimately won in 2020? Trump voters say no, and Haley voters say yes. So
Yeah, well, remember, 70% of those people saying yes are Democrats.
Of Democrats, exactly.
So,
and before the vote was tallied, CNN's Caitlin Collins declared Trump has been, quote, pushing a false claim that Democrats can vote in today's election, as we know they can't. Wrong. And they have multiple videos that were coming out of a New Hampshire Democrat. I voted for Nikki Haley as a vote against Trump. CNN asking, if it was Haley versus Biden, who would you vote for? The guy said Biden.
of course.
So these are just people trying to go against Trump in any way that they can. So they're going to push forward now. And of course, you have Ronna McRomney there saying, oh, it's obviously clear everybody wants Donald Trump. Nikki should drop out. Don't take that at all. She's as much of a scam as the rest of the GOP, because that is the GOP.
Well, no, she's right. Nikki should drop out, but
right. You can't believe it that she actually
just doing
wants
it
that
for,
to happen.
She's just, McRomney's just saying that to, give herself some
Try
sort
to
of
save
legitimacy.
face.
Nobody trusts no credible base Republican trusts the RNC at all anymore, or pays attention to anything she says, other than to take what she says and mock her for saying it.
Yep. They didn't spend one dime on election integrity, not one dime.
No, and
they took all those donations very nicely.
Oh, of course. And picture number 18 here, Brendan Dilley tweeted out, what has become clear as day through these first two states is that it is 100% MAGA and President Trump versus both the Republican and Democrat parties. We will receive zero help from the RNC this fall. Start building your outreach and put a plan together in your area for November. And that's exactly right. That is the whole point of the Get Loud Locally.
Exactly. Do not give any money to the RNC. Give them no money. Don't give any money to the Senate. Don't give any money to these congressional PACs. Don't give any money to these RNC PACs. Give directly to the candidate. We got to starve out. We're doing a pretty good job. RNC has got crap for money in their coffers, and that's the way it needs to be. We need to starve these bastards out so they go away.
Yes. And picture number 24, Turning Point USA posted this. Turning Point Action posted this. Iowa and New Hampshire are a notice to the corrupt establishment. We are coming for you. We are getting the turnout that we need. Charlie Kirk pointed out this morning on his show that they didn't know if Iowa was low voter turnout because of maybe not everybody wanted to support Trump or the weather. New Hampshire has proven that even with Democrats being bussed in to vote for Nikki Haley, Trump still won. So,
and he got way more votes than he did 4 years ago, too.
Yes, exactly.
Which is interesting.
Well,
so the movement is
that's
there.
That's true. And let's look at Nikki Haley's campaign. Nikki Haley hates base Republicans, which is why she's going after, and her campaign manager, Betsy Ankney, is sent the letter out. They're deliberately, specifically telling everybody that they're trying to win in these states that have open or semi-open primaries so that they can get Democrats to come out and vote. She hates she can't stand, she has nothing but contempt for base Republican voters. So she thinks she can do this, gain power by any means necessary by going around Republican voters to get it, to get the Republican nomination. It's not going to happen. Again, she beclowns herself. And then everybody knows, one, she's a whore. She's going around cheating on her husband, sometimes deployed in the military. She's, again, she's all for forever war, probably so she can screw around on her husband while he's deployed in one of the wars that she wants to get us involved in. She has yet to say that a man can't become a woman. She's all in on the tranny issue. She's not a Republican. She doesn't represent us on any of our core values or on any of the issues that we're most concerned with coming into the 2024 election. She's not a Republican.
She's a Democrat.
She's a complete little utter teeth-talking waste of flesh. Nimrod has got to go.
Yes, and I believe
she looks like Clinton to me.
Well, picture number 11 perfectly sums it up
like
quite well. I know. Well, I'm waiting for the basket of deplorables, but yeah, oof, there it is.
There we go.
Yeah. It's just scary. And
you can't like that one.
And that's another thing too. The left and the journalists, they can't compete with our memes. They can't compete with our mocking. We're using Saul Alinsky's rules against them, and they can't compete with it, and it's pissing them off to no end.
And that is what helped Trump win in 2016 was the great meme war. You have to mock these people. You have to laugh at them in their face. And picture number 5 and then picture number 9, please. Picture number 5, how to interact with someone who falls for it again, whether they're lefty communist people or trying to fall for disease X and starting to wear their masks again and again and again and again. You just have to mock them. You mock them, mock them, mock them. That's how you do it. You laugh at them. I love how I think Laura Loomer pointed it out. Trump won New Hampshire with 2% of the vote called in.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, we broke the record in Iowa. He won Iowa in 10 minutes." But somebody, I think Ryan Fournier, he works with Trump's team. He said, yeah. They already called New Hampshire for Trump. Do not get out of line. Continue to cast your vote. Because they want to call it early for Trump so that people go, oh, I can go home now. I don't have to stand here anymore. No, you stand there and you stay in line and you vote. And what did they say? Again, just like in Iowa, they were running out of ballots for people.
They've pulled this crap, though, in Florida in presidential elections.
Yeah.
Calling it because Tallahassee, we have the hour time difference, and they were calling the elections, and they got it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
How convenient.
And just a final full rundown. Picture number 34, please. Jason Miller had this tweet. According to exit polls, 69% of President Trump's votes came from Republicans versus 30% from undeclareds. 29% of Haley's vote came from Republicans. That's it. 29%. 59% of Haley's votes came from undeclareds. 12% came from Democrats. Haley is a Democrat using Democrat money to turn out Democrats, running in the wrong primary. And something very interesting happened as well. Biden was not on the ballot for New Hampshire, right?
Right.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody else got this alert last night. I obviously don't read the Washington Post, but for whatever reason, Apple decides to send me notifications from the Washington Post. Very nice. Yeah, Biden wins his New Hampshire primary write-in campaign. He wasn't on the ballot because of a state dispute with the DNC.
They want to make South Carolina first. There's no dispute.
Yeah, but you want to tell me for real Biden won a write-in campaign?
They supposedly the other guy only got 20% of the Democrats.
Well, if there's nobody else,
there's that one clown. The one guy running is a Democrat.
Was Marianne Williamson on the ballot or no?
No, there's another guy.
Yeah, the other guy running, right?
The guy running. I heard him on the radio earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's his name? Phillips or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. Alex Stone, who is
He's not gonna win.
Roger Stone's nephew, pointed out on Twitter that Mike Pence got 8 votes last night in New Hampshire. And he tweeted out, I don't understand why people are the way they are. Why in the hell did 8 people vote for Mike Pence? And I retweeted it saying, I guess those 8 people don't have the internet and didn't see Tucker Carlson destroy Mike Pence. But Nikki is just bad news, and all she's going to do is take away from the unifying that is now happening. Reluctantly, you're getting the Ron DeSantis people because Ron can do a much better job of actually, trying to get Trump people or trying to get his people to go for Trump. Vivek immediately. Even Tim Scott, they're standing there, and Doug Burgum, they're all standing there with the picture, and they say, "Name this band," with Trump, Vivek, Tim Scott, and Doug Burgum.
Yeah.
Where's DeSantis? You know, you want to know where DeSantis is now. Now all of a sudden he doesn't want to leave Florida. So
no, he's
and now all
it's Tiny D is it's gonna take a while for this to sink in and settle. He's gonna be a ghost for some time because of that twat standing next to him right there. I think a lot of this was her fault.
Yeah, no matter what, it will always be picture number 23. This is how forever Ron DeSantis will be remembered, as he would just stand there.
Yep.
With the
I
podium.
don't want to be here, Mom.
I don't want to be here. He did look a lot better, even though he sounded like an AI robot in his goodbye speech. He at least looked happier. Like it was a weight lifted off of his shoulders that it was finally over. So, whatever.
We'll see.
He screwed up. I think he killed his brand personally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you done messed up.
He's gonna have to work 10 times as hard as Vivek is gonna have to work to get people to get on board with a DeSantis possibility for a presidential candidacy.
Mm-hmm. He should have never run. He should have waited in case Trump faltered. He could have been the hero coming out, and he would have got the nomination without even running.
He blew it.
He could have walked right in.
He listened to the wrong people, and Sundance was right about this. Everybody's saying, "Well, look how he did as governor." If you go back and know now, if we'd have known then what we know now, you would see that everything that DeSantis accomplished was accomplished under the guise of making him look good to run for president. It wasn't because he was doing it because he was a solid conservative. He was doing it
that he had a super majority.
Look good next year. Yeah.
Yes.
But let's be honest though, no matter what we think of the man, could we have voted for the other clown running against him 2 years ago?
No. Nobody
former
wants
governor who was
closet gay. Nobody wants a
he was
closet
Republican,
gay
middle
abuser.
Democrat. Basically, he's as bad as the one from 6 years ago.
Yeah,
and probably in a hotel room with them.
And I will say the one thing that is good that came out about DeSantis now we know, because had DeSantis because you can't give him charisma. Like the plan failed for the GOP establishment because of Ron DeSantis, because he has no charisma. Yeah, this one right here. Say the line, Ron. I'm dropping out and endorsing Donald Trump. Thank you. Yay. But if he had just initially endorsed Trump, been picked as VP, Trump gets reelected, and then in 2028 we had to vote for Ron, he would have been the same as he is now.
Yeah.
No charisma and just milquetoast.
Oh, Jeb Bush?
Yeah, Jeb 2.0.
That's perfect, though. Who backed him?
Right, exactly.
They don't get it. It failed 4 years ago. Let's try again.
Right, and that's why they had to pivot so hard and go to Nikki.
Yeah, they used the same playbook. They used the Ted Cruz playbook with DeSantis. It didn't work last time against Trump. What made them think it was going to work this time? They thought it was because
Ted at least had a chance.
Hurricane Ian. Hurricane Ian is what built DeSantis's reputation as a good governor. Outside of that, what's hilarious is that I'm the only governor out there who's accomplished 100% of his promises. Well, yeah, it's real easy when you waltz into Tallahassee off of a solid, good, semi-good governor, and you walk into a majority in the House and Senate in Tallahassee. It's kind of hard to screw that up. Really, he would have been the one to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see how his next 2 years go. And Floridians got to worry about who's coming after Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because if it's Jeanette Nunez,
we're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
And
because our lieutenant governor she's just as bad.
Yeah, she is. It does bring a good segue. Talking about Hurricane Ian. Let's jump down the rabbit hole for a little bit here.
Wait, I'm going to get my aluminum tin hat.
I know we still got to make our little tin foil.
We still got to get some
because
foil.
Anybody who doesn't know what's going on is going to think I'm crazy.
I know, but folks, if you're in the Florida area, especially the Southwest Florida area, and this is happening all over as well. But in this area, this is what we can speak on because this is where we live every day, and we know what our weather is like. Before the show, I was saying to Mark, last year it's mainly February. That's the coldest, and that's when we'll get our occasional frost. My mother has a raised bed garden, and I go out there and help her cover up the plants when it's going to frost and all that. And it's always that same gray, gloomy weather that comes with that extreme cold. This year, however, it has seemed that it has been gray and gloomy for days on end. Excuse me.
Weeks on end.
El Nino.
No El Nino. El Comunisto.
Yeah. So when you look in the sky,
start building out your Operation HARP theories?
It's not HARP even.
We're gonna pass it over to Mark, our guest, who has his theory that we would like to discuss.
It's not a theory. It was a theory last year. I was suspicious last year.
Yeah.
January 1st, we had blue skies. It was a beautiful day. January 2nd, they started doing what I call writing in the sky again. Some people call it Con Air because they think it's from planes going back and forth to the airports.
Right.
These make geographical designs like tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
It's usually 4 across, and then they do an X in between it. And then if you watch them, the lines start to spread into clouds, and then they get dark within 30 minutes. And sometimes it even rains. Within an hour, there is no more blue sky. The blue sky starts coming back 6 hours later. The planes come back. They start doing this again. So we figure they're messing with us. We know it's the military. It's something. We started researching it. The 3rd of January, the 4th of January, the 5th of January. It's every day. My plants don't need watering. They always need water. They have automatic for my garden. I had to shut the water down. So we keep doing some digging. It's not El Nino. It's climate reconditioning.
I did see that, and I took a picture of it. I just sent it to Ben. But I'm sitting at the light, getting ready to turn into the station, and there was a couple of clouds in the sky. But I saw a plane flying, and you could see it flying, and then all of a sudden, it starts shooting a stream out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was already
I am seeing it.
It was already at altitude.
More and more.
Yeah, it was already at altitude. It should have, if it was a contrail, it would have already been.
Exactly. I've watched the contrails going into Punta Gorda Airport, and they dissipate within a minute. This is not the same thing. I've spoken to somebody who knows people in Tampa. They're getting paid to send these planes out. Some of them may be drones as well.
Dude, if you're online, there's several websites that'll give you the tail numbers of the planes, and there's several pilots who have whistleblown on this and said, "Yeah, it's exactly what we're doing."
The point is, you know this, I know this.
They're all military aircraft.
Right. And
but
the point is, again, it's one of those things that the government continues to hide. There's a great T-shirt that I've seen.
You think it's weather,
that
or
says,
you think they're poisoning with us? I think they're poisoning us.
They are poisoning us. Your tongue actually gets numb. If you happen to be under this when they're doing it, it's been directly over my house.
Snorting the clouds. I'm glad
I know.
He's tall.
I know. Ken, this has been going on for 50, 60 years. They've been practicing. There's a movie on YouTube. I think it's also on Rumble.
Yeah,
called The Dimming.
The Dimming. Yes.
But you got to get the right one because the fake news has put their own versions out blaming climate change for all of this. But it's The Dimming by Dane Wigington. Wiginton. It's an hour 56 minutes.
I had a full head of hair until they started this chemtrail crap. Full head of hair.
True.
Now I'm bald, but I got a hairy back. It's all because of this damn chemtrails. That's what's doing.
You can mock it all you want, Ken.
He's mocking us.
You're mocking us, Ken, but the weather is being controlled.
Yes.
I mean,
on YouTube, you can find it. It's called The Dimming, Exposing the Global Climate Engineering Cover-Up. The page that posted it is called The Dimming. I mean, folks, look, whether you believe it or not, whether you whatever, except.
Well, we got to do it. We got to do it with the reflective material so that the sun, we block out the sun so we don't globally warm. So we have to do this.
All right. Let me give you something else to ponder. I have solar panels in my yard, 32 of them. I know you know a lot about solar because you get educated every week. The solar panels are doing great. And in the last 3 to 4 weeks with the climate engineering that's going on, They have lost 60% of production. I check them every day. They decided to give us sun on Saturday. They were kind. First time since the first. And they went back to full production again. So people with solar panels suddenly are going to get 50% production, and they spent thousands of dollars. And if this continues, they're not going to recoup their investment. So they truly are blocking the sun. The grass is not growing as quickly. It's winter to begin with. It doesn't help. But with all the rain that we got, which we never get, it should have been something growing.
What should be the dry season of Florida?
It's not the dry season. It's the cloudy season. And we didn't get, thank God, the cold frost yet.
Yeah.
But they definitely are controlling the weather. And there's nothing you and me can do about this. We can't fix it. People need to be aware of how evil our government is. For all the idiots that took the flu shots, thinking that's going to help them, the COVID shots, the RSV shots, you guys are mind-controlled morons. Stop. But look up in the sky, look at the lines, and realize you're being lied to by everybody. And live your life.
You heard it here, folks. Live your life.
What else can you do?
Right. Well, that's the thing.
I don't have a solution.
You educate yourself, and you just be aware.
I don't have any solutions here.
And you look into
You're
things
being
the best you can.
slowly murdered by your government, but go live your life. Just live your life. Get
You
out. Live
are.
your life.
But you are. If they wanted to kill us tomorrow, they could kill us tomorrow. And instead, they're poisoning us so we can keep getting sick and getting more vaccines and more shots.
Money.
It's very nice of them.
I don't know about you. I ain't getting anything. I take no more meds.
Of course not.
No,
Okay,
no.
Here's
but
what
now we're
I
not
say to
getting
the
sunshine.
medical community in America around the world.
And with that, I believe it's time for a music segment. And remember,
Oh, thank
folks,
God.
everything discussed in this podcast is solely our opinion.
Have we
Things
really
I share my
discussed
opinion.
anything?
Things Mark says are his opinion, and things Lovejoy says, well, they're just things Lovejoy
They're
says.
true.
Uh,
It's right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Right.
It's right.
And folks, you can help support this show by hitting that like button, dropping a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube and then say, why are you watching this on YouTube? Take it over to Rumble, subscribe on Rumble. And also, after you subscribe, hit that little red button next to the subscribe button that says join. That'll take you over to the locals community. And you can help us out by subscribing to that. It's just $5 a month, and you can use promo code FreedomCow and get 1 month free. And you can also help us out by checking out the merch. I wore this shirt today because this is exactly what Donald Trump is bringing on, because that is what they are bringing to us, is war. So Trump is the fighter we need. It's Trump 2024, the mug shot heard around the world. You can wear that shirt, be a conversation starter, wear the shirt that Mark is wearing, and get loud locally with Freedom Cow. Use that QR code or use the link down in the description. Go check out the Freedom Chronicles shop, get a shirt, be a conversation starter, spread the word, because at this point, before we go to the music break, I want to bring this up. We've had Bobby Sausalito on the show before, and you know, he's a friend. I appreciate what he says, and he does his job of getting the news out there as well. He was a DeSantis guy.
I feel there's a but coming here.
Yes, there is a small but coming. He was a DeSantis guy, and he understood back during the Turning Point Action Conference that I attended in Palm Beach. He was there, and he even said then that, you know, Vivek is going to be for Trump, which I saw as well, because Vivek wasn't bad-mouthing Trump, and Trump wasn't bad-mouthing Vivek.
Exactly.
But Bobby posted something that I would like to put our Get Loud Locally point on. And the reason why really we use the Get Loud Locally idea is after DeSantis dropped out, Bobby posted, I think many people who aren't as tuned into politics as the rest of us will start paying attention in the month leading up to the election and wonder why Biden and Trump are the only choices again. They will wonder how we must choose between these two men aged 78 and 81 for the highest office in the land. Many of them will feel disenfranchised and choose not to participate. The loyal will choose their respective sides as they would have no matter what, and the 10 to 12% of undecided voters will again determine the winner. And he goes on to talk about the biased media and the corruption and mail-in and absentee ballots and all that for another 8 pages on Instagram. And I understand it. But as Lovejoy yawns, I will make my point. My point being, It is your job out there. It is my job doing this show. It is Mark's job, interacting with who he interacts with, which I'm sure is not many human beings. You like your cows and chickens. You like your cows and chickens.
They're very educated. Yes. They keep looking up at the sky.
Cows and chickens in Arcadia. That's who listens. And it is your job, folks, to understand what is at stake in this election and get loud locally with your friends. You can change hearts and minds with the facts. And this is the year to do it. You say, well, you want to stay friends with somebody, don't discuss religion or politics. Throw it out the window. You want to save your country for what truly matters with freedom and liberty. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. And that's what you have to do, is be vigilant and speak the truth about freedom and make people understand before this election coming up in November. That's what Get Loud Locally is about. And Trump is the only chance, because just like we said, it's not going to be Ron. But if it was Ron, what they're doing to Trump, they would do to Ron. They will do to anybody else. They will do to Nikki Haley once she's done being their useful idiot.
Yep.
So that's why it is your job, the American consumer of all the other nonsense going on in the world, to understand the truth and share it with people, friends, family that you know. That's the whole point of having a show like this, to get the word out to people. It is now your job to take that and put it on to the next person. And that's how you win.
It's trickle down. It's trickle down marketing, basically.
Yeah.
The more people you tell, then they tell people.
Right.
And that's kind of why I wanted to bring up chemtrails today.
Right.
It's the same idea. Just to be aware.
Just be aware. If you've never heard of it before, now you can do a little more research and figure out and make your own decision for yourself.
But unfortunately, the people that I need to tell not to vote for Biden, I have trouble. They don't even speak complete sentences. So how do you get to them?
Right. Well,
it's kind of hard. They're not in my circle of influence. I can tell you that.
No. And we'll talk about all the influence.
My Pillow?
Yeah, My Pillow.
It's
And with that, I believe it's time for some music. So enjoy this. This was from this past weekend over at the Buddha down in Fort Myers. It's my band, Mike Imbasciani, and his blues rock. Guy is crying. Enjoy.
The sky is crying. Can you see the tears roll down the street? The sky is crying. Can you see the tears roll down the street?
little Stevie Ray Vaughan for you, fun stuff. I love that stage too, all the lights and all that good stuff. So
Nice.
we have some breaking news. Two things to discuss. First of all, Greg Abbott, 1 hour ago at the time of recording this earlier today on Wednesday, January 24th, Greg Abbott, his, quote, statement on Texas's constitutional right to self-defense. Quote, the federal government has broken the compact between the United States and the states. The executive branch of the United States has a constitutional duty to enforce federal law protecting states, including immigration laws on the books right now. President Biden has refused to enforce those laws and has even violated them. The result is that he has smashed records for illegal immigration. Despite having been put on notice in a series of letters, one of which I delivered to him by hand, President Biden has ignored Texas's demand that he perform his constitutional duties. President Biden has violated his oath to faithfully execute immigration laws enacted by Congress instead of prosecuting immigrants for the federal crimes of illegal entry. President Biden has sent his lawyers into federal courts to sue Texas for taking action to secure the border. And he ends it by saying the failure of the Biden administration to fulfill the duties imposed by Article 4, blah, 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 which reserves to the state the right of self-defense. For these reasons, I have already declared an invasion under Article 1, blah, 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 to invoke Texas's constitutional authority to defend and protect itself. Yes. The authority...
Blah, blah, blah stands for I can't read Roman numerals.
No, it's very small print currently.
You got pretty good vision.
Yes. The Texas National Guard, the Texas Department of Public Safety, and other Texas personnel are acting on that authority as well as state law to secure the Texas border. So, very good. And I believe we have the picture ready to go. It is picture number 29. This sums up Texas right here. It's the new come and take it flag. And picture number 28, I love this, Supreme Court. So when do you comply with our ruling? Texas. That's the neat part. We don't. And Chad Prather had a perfect response, picture number 31. Maybe now you can understand why we discuss secession here in Texas. The federal government is happy to sit by and watch this state be overrun. The Supreme Court betrayed us to foreign invaders. The founding fathers were correct in encouraging us to have that discussion for this very reason. Ken, thoughts?
I would love to see more states just tell the federal government to go pack sand right up their ass. Don't take any more federal money. Don't send any money to Washington. Just fuck the federal government. If more states did that, we could just starve those bastards out.
Yep. Picture number 32 as well.
They refuse to adhere to the Constitution. The Supreme Court shits on our sovereignty, essentially ending the country with their latest decision. There is no more national sovereignty, which means we no longer have a nation. So fuck the Supreme Court. Fuck the federal government. They deserve the pain that's coming. They think that they can't be gotten to. The pain that is coming to them is just as going to be as it is for the rest of us. Fuck the federal government.
But Ken, the mayor of Chicago, right? The mayor of Chicago has been having
What's his name?
Numerous
Brandon.
Numerous panic attacks. Numerous panic attacks because of the illegals that have been shipped to Chicago because of the Texas people.
That dude makes Lori Lightfoot look like a freaking genius.
It's funny, but it's true.
Yeah. And the second, we'll discuss more about Texas as well. But the second breaking news here, Jeff DeWitt, to resign as Arizona Republican Party chair after the recording revealed he offered Kari Lake a bribe not to run for Senate.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
The audio is out. He's got to go.
And this was a good one. Something to think about. Who do you guys think put up the bribe money for DeWitt to proposition Kerry Lake? Was it Ronna McRomney?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's
you
a
really
good-
wonder.
It could be.
Yeah. And it also makes you think, how much money did Nikki Haley accept to just stay in the race? So just a little bit longer.
You could just watch. They won't end their campaigns. They will suspend their campaigns. It's all about the money with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
You would think if she wants to have any credibility left, I mean, because at the end of this, she'll still be, able to go on CNN and MSNBC and even Fox.
She'll
News
get a
will
job.
probably have her. But is she gonna have the reputation? Is she gonna have the power, the leverage to get another gig at, say, a Boeing? Or has this whole debacle for her? You almost wonder if they're just in my opinion, they've destroyed DeSantis's possibilities for a future in politics.
He can't even get a job in the media because he has no charisma.
Exactly. And they're crapping all over, and Nikki is destroying her ability too. So it's like, I think we're seeing in so many there's so many good things. If you look for the silver linings in all of this, there's a lot of them. I mean, if we had gone into 2028 not knowing what we know now about DeSantis, we all could have got screwed.
True.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. Again, if you didn't know about DeSantis, it's better to know now and understand that this election is so important for so many levels, because we do need Trump back, but we are also exposing to so much of the GOP, because in 2016 they wanted Hillary so bad.
Oh, so bad.
The Democrats wanted Hillary so bad that the Democrats opened the curtain and just have ever since doubled down and tripled down and really shown who they are and how much they hate you and this country.
2020, well, the GOP as well. The GOP
that's my point. In
showed us all that they can't stand us.
Right. In 2020, the GOP started to show that more and more by not fully backing Trump. They reluctantly did it because, the Republicans had the power and the president. They thought they could continue to control Trump. Now, in 2024 here, they are the ones, the GOP is the one showing that they hate you and the country and Trump and are the same as the Democrats.
They've hated us for a long time, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Right.
That's why Trump got in.
Now they're literally
was not the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now you can see it. You can see the way that the GOP and the RNC, the upper echelons of the party, just can't stand us. But the beauty of it is that MAGA greatly outnumbers the rest of the GOP. We've taken over the party and they can't handle it. And they're trying to kind of pretend now that, oh yeah, we're all together, right? All together.
Never.
No, we're not.
No,
we're not.
No, that's
I'm
why.
never gonna
That's
be.
why they. That's why they don't care if the elections are stolen if it's not that person coming
Yeah,
in.
exactly. That's why the GOP is dead to me.
And that's why Mark, I'll tell you my conspiracy theory. What they truly want is they want to get rid of Biden. I mentioned this on the show a little bit last week. They want to get rid of Biden, but they don't want to deal with Kamala. They might have their own brokered convention later and put.
That's why they gonna bring the chick with the dick. You just watch.
That's
you
the
watch.
one.
You're gonna bring on Magic Mike is coming in.
Can I say that on the radio?
Yeah. This ain't the radio.
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike. But that's one avenue they could go down. The other avenue is they get rid of Trump somehow and they have Nikki be the nominee.
Oh, yeah.
Because then they can say they can cheat and have Nikki beat Biden.
They still
and then they come out, they still control her. And they'll come out and say, look, a Republican won. First female president. And see, she's a Republican. You can't say it's rigged anymore. You can't say it's rigged anymore. A Republican won. And that's what they want to try to do is have somebody like
I can't see you through those weeds. Those weeds are too tall. You're off deep into it.
I'm never coming out with my tinfoil hat on. And
No.
really, picture number 16 here. This about sums it up. Tim Swain tweeted this out. If you're teaming up, I'll let you read the end of it. If you're teaming up with the left to try and take out Trump, you aren't a principled Republican.
You're a piece of
You're
shit.
a piece of shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
So Trump is the answer. And we have to quickly get through our Patriot and Traitor of the Week. Ken, lead us off. Who is your Patriot of the Week?
My Patriot of the Week, Rand Paul.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I just saw his little interview with Tucker, and he's one of the only senators. I mean, he's warning us about what that piece of shit Mitch McConnell's trying to do with the immigration bill that they're trying to shove down the throats of the American people, doing it the same way they've done it since Obamacare, not give enough people a chance to read it and then expect them to vote on it. Well, as I've said, it's so easy. If they haven't given you enough time to read it, vote no. Vote no, because
seriously.
If they haven't given you enough time to read it, they're trying to sneak something in there that you probably aren't going to like, nor will your constituents. So if they don't give you enough time to read it, just vote no. But Rand Paul is pointing out what the Mitch McConnell and his ilk are trying to do, and he's been steadfast in going after Fauci and that whole gain of function aspect. So Rand Paul is my patriot.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Are you surprised Mitch McConnell hasn't vapor locked lately?
Oh, you mean the diaper guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's definitely the demon of the week, but he gets that every week.
Yeah.
I mean, he's selling out our country once again.
Yeah.
Hell, that's half the Senate. There's only about 3 good senators. The rest are just douchebags.
Rand Paul isn't good all the time, but he's good most of the time at least.
I love his nevernikki.net. See that?
No,
nevernikki.net. He posted his
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he's solid against Nikki Haley.
Yeah.
So who's your Patriot of the Week?
It has to be Rand Paul because it's a very thin list.
Right,
It's a very that's who I was going to come up with, and you stole him from me. But you didn't ask him. Are we doing Patriots first?
He's retired now.
Okay.
He's just being lazy.
Oh, please.
All right. Well,
you have someone else?
I have a Patriot. Yes. My Patriot of the Week. I'm going to give mine to Carrie Lake. We haven't heard much from her lately. She's doing her campaign.
And the way that did you hear that phone call?
Yes, I did. And that's what I'm talking about. That she is leading a leading force, not going to take the BS, not going to take the bribes, and is going to expose all of these scumbags that call themselves Republicans.
That's good.
And that's a patriot. She's not backing down. She's not, what did she say? 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. I don't care. It's not about the money. It's about our country. Where are you going to spend $30 million when it's worth nothing in a country that becomes a communist state overrun by illegals?
Yeah, go back to 1945 and ask that German with the big chest full of Deutschmarks.
Yeah, right next to all the bullet holes. Yeah. All right, and our traitor of the week, Ken. Who is your traitor of the week?
Nimrod Haley.
Yeah, Nimrod. Yeah, right here, perfect. Iowa. Yeah. It's like she knew DeSantis was going to drop out. Yeah, 3rd place, baby, and she came in last again in New Hampshire, and she's going to continue to lose. And I love what Trump said, because she said, and we're going to do great in South Carolina. And this Babylon Bee, this was perfect. Nikki Haley announces she has won New Hampshire by negative 12 points.
Perfect.
And she said, we're looking to South Carolina. Trump came out and said, you do realize that Nevada's next, right?
She's not bothering with Nevada.
No, because she knows she's going to lose, and she knows she's going to drop out eventually, and she's only there to continue.
She's Chris Christie.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Tucker said about her?
No. Oh, he hates her too.
Oh, what Tucker said about Nikki Haley, I mean, he just railed on her. Just railed on her.
She's
Said that
garbage.
she would, that for the right amount of money, you can get her to say anything.
Yeah. She's the anti-Carrie Lake.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Yeah, Tucker said if you give her enough money,
Hillary.
Yeah. Put that picture back up of Nikki as Hillary. Picture number 11. That about sums it up.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
It is horrifying. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh, the humanity. Mark, who is your trader of the week?
I guess me and Ken have been on the same team, but I will switch. I will switch to the lady with the, I think, 7 children. I believe it is. Our Supreme Court Justice Amy.
You
Coney.
stole mine.
I know I am. I know. We talked about it.
I know.
It's touche.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is I mean, I don't even think she went to Epstein Island, and she's a traitor.
I know.
How do you get rid of the race?
She's a coward. She's a coward.
I know she's a coward. And you know
so
what?
Roberts probably has been at Epstein Island. They got pictures of him with little boys or little girls or farm animals or something. But he's been compromised, and he's just the biggest piece of shit on the planet.
Right. But in her case, if truly she's got 7 kids and they're threatening them, she should step down, but not while there's a Democrat in office.
No, she shouldn't step down. She should speak out against what they're saying.
Threatening my children.
And understand the tits, darling. Grow a fucking pair of tits. Let's go. And see a woman.
And understand the Constitution.
Who is this new King guy?
I know, I told you. And understand the Constitution.
The FTC regulating me here.
Yeah.
But I can't say shit on your show. I like that.
I can't even say it.
Pull it together. And you froze in like the perfect, like,
I know.
Great.
I could still hear you, but I just tapped my desk and I got a loose USB connection here.
He tapped his desk in anger, but he was smiling so much. It was like, he can't be smiling for that long. I don't believe it. But my trader of the week, as I believe he froze again. My trader of the week goes, oh, there he is. Goes out to the Biden regime because it sums it up. And I love the Democrats posted this picture, Ben, if you have this one of them walking up the steps. It's just the Democrats. This is what the Photoshop did of it. And that's your decency of the White House. This is what the Democrats Twitter page posted. 4 more years of that. And then, you want 4 more years of more decency in the White House. Somebody commented saying, oh, is that a threat at Democrats? Saying 4 more years. So again, it's just breaking the law, lawfare, insanity, all thanks to the Biden regime. You can't even say Joe Biden because he doesn't know what planet he's on. And picture number 12 really just sums it up quite perfectly. I am here to crash bicycles and economies, and I'm all out of bicycles. And folks, that's why 2024 is so important. Get loud locally. You can do it no matter what. Ken, any final thoughts?
Yeah, hang on. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yes.
Yep,
and you better pee before we leave because we're not stopping until we get there.
Oh, God.
Exactly. Mark?
My bladder's not that big anymore. Parting words?
Yes, parting words.
No, be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what's happening to you. Watch what you're eating. Stop eating crap. Our government doesn't love us. Stop thinking they do.
Yep, and chemtrails, folks.
Chemtrails. You can laugh all you want.
I know.
Look up in the sky. In about a week, you're going to say, again?
Yeah. If you're not laughing, you're
maybe
crying.
The lunatic was right.
If you're not laughing, you're crying. That's why you got to mock these people, laugh at them because they hate you. So be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. You're seeing millions and millions and millions of people come across this border. And we're just waiting for this incident. We didn't even talk about that guy that was seen crossing the border who said, "Oh, you will know my name. You will know my name."
They already found out who he is.
Yeah, they found him. He was a terrorist who was arrested. Yeah, spent 12 years in prison.
He's a Muslim organization spokesman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But they got his name. Hey, just some radical Muslim douchebag like
exactly.
the millions of other radical Muslim douchebags coming across our border every day.
Oh, you mean like the former presidents? That's Mr. O?
Yeah.
Michael's husband?
The Kenyan Q-tip, who's now running
Yes.
the Joe Obama administration,
Yeah,
and
the
he's
Joe
hoping
Obama.
to get his husband Mike in so that he can run a fourth term.
Yes. And of course, we didn't even talk about the WEF. You may ask, what happened at the WEF over there in Davos? Picture number 20. This about sums it up. This is what happened. That that's about what happens at a World Economic Forum meeting.
And Mr. Kemp, governor of Georgia, was actually over there, and he was too busy to do anything, of course, to help his favorite president, Mr. Trump. He hates him.
Sadly, we didn't get that errant cruise missile nailing Davos last week.
Yeah, sadly.
But we had the president of Hillsdale College, who put one of those WEF guys in his place during a speech there. And of course, new president of Argentina, Milei, gave a very good speech. So people are waking up, and it takes people talking to other people, folks. So that is your job this week. Go get loud locally. From the bunker, good night, everybody.
In its hour of maximum danger.
Mike, perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution.
Hi, good night, everybody.
Government is the problem.